What's up, world? My name is King Mitchell. For those that don't know me, you may laugh, but that's understandable. I get it. But I truly am a king. Your king. King of the world. Not just king of a country, although that's where it starts. I am the king of the world. Divinely given this position. The seer, overseer of the whole world. And I love you, all of you. One of the first things that must be dismantled is the Roman Catholic Church. It must be dismantled because it is built upon a false foundation. There's no truth in it. It is of a lie from Lucille, the enemy herself. Spoken and dismantled. No longer will the world have to carry the weight of that tree, that cross, and that doctrine. Little mouse coming up on me. I'm not an elephant, people. I am the lion of the tribe of Judah. This is the truth. But my heart is full of more love than the Pope could ever wish for. His intentions are hardened. His heart is hard. This is the truth. He doesn't care about you. He cares about himself as God. You know, it's really unfortunate. His position is being dismantled as I speak. But it was destined for this purpose. There will no longer be a pope that will sit in his high seat, acting as a forebearer for the divine. That's just not true. He acts as a forebearer for Lucille herself. I dismantle that. It's part of the kingdom of darkness. I say it with a heavy heart because I know how much the world looks up to the Pope. May I tell you that your heart is in the wrong place, people. And I say that respectfully, yet heavily. You need no one to stand before you. No one to stand before the divine. You have direct access to the divine, directly to the throne. You need not go through any man or any angel for that matter. Any prophet, for that matter. The prophets and the sons and daughters and earth angels are given for just leading you straight to the divine, not standing in the way, acting as God, acting as some kind of buffer, holier than thou. Look at my fine garments and robe and my hat and look at my placement in this world. Worship me is what that is portraying. If you cannot see this, you need to open your eyes up to see it for what it truly is. A high priest or a high priestess is not to take credit as God, people, but it is to do and fulfill exactly what the role of a priestess is, or a priest. And that is to point the direction to the divine's love for you and truth about what the divine desires for you and from you and wants to give to you. That's my job. That's our job. I want you to know that there's nothing at all that can stand in the way of true love. Although sometimes it feels like it. True love will always shine through. Always make itself known to you. And sometimes that happens in the most difficult times of our lives. So how will we know what love is if hate did not exist? How will we know what forgiveness is if no one wronged us? Or if we didn't wrong someone in our life? These are just thoughts and quotes that come to each of us. And sometimes we internalize them and think about them. And it produces change in us. And sometimes it just goes in and out. And we don't really think about it or marinate it and let it soften our hearts up. I challenge you, world. Let the words that I speak change you, challenge you to change yourself, truly, because it's in you. The power to change resides in you. No one else. You can be inspired by others, absolutely, and that's a beautiful gift. Anyone that can inspire someone is a gift. But ultimately, the power lies in you. It resides in you. You are resilient. Say that to yourself. No matter where you are in your life, in this timeline, it doesn't have to hold you there. You are free to get out of that cage. The door remains open. You're the one that closes it. We close it. This is true because of the projection and the programming that we have sustained for so many generations, people. Truly what's happened. It's generation upon generation of building on to this foundation that we believe to be reality. When in fact it's not reality, but a figment of an imagination that was projected on us by an enemy. And I know this may sound deep to a lot of you, but if you don't get it this time, give it some time and rewatch it. I assure you, when it is meant to hit you here, then here, then you will get it. Then you will receive it. And then you will receive the power and understanding to add that to a foundation that can be built in your life to become the master builder in your own life. Has everything to do with becoming self-sufficient and mastering oneself across the board and all at the same time. Some things I say and speak on may sound very harsh, like removing the Pope. A lot of things that seem difficult or seem tragic at the time that they're happening. It's exactly what it is. It seems to be so. But it's for your betterment, for the whole world. Change isn't just a figment of our imagination, people. It is possible. It is tangible. And it is taking place as I speak these words. Like I said, from a Native American quote, it is not good enough any longer, people. World, please, if you choose, listen to the words that I'm speaking to you. We can no longer look to our neighbor and ask of our neighbor to change the world for us. It's never been designed that way. But yet, we've allowed it to seep into our minds that it is exactly that way. Oh, I'm not going to do it. I'll let Jim and Nancy handle it. That's out of my reach. I can't do that. I don't have the authority or the power to do that, so I'll let Ted and Amanda do that. They're more skilled. You picking up what I'm putting down, people? We've all been guilty of it. One time or another in our life, we have all been guilty of that, self-included. Well, we just will say, I'm going to let someone else handle this because it's too much. That's where we've all gone wrong. Do you know that, just to give you an example, do you know that if you reach down throughout the day, I don't know, let me just say 3, and picked up 3 pieces of trash, for example, just an example, throughout your day, instead of walking by it, especially if you see a trash can, just an example, people. If every person done that in a day, I don't know, let's say for a year or 6 months. I don't have the facts on this, but I'm just trying to give you an example. The planet would be much cleaner. Think about it. If everybody came together. See, here's the thing. We're not supposed to ask Tracy and Lawrence to do what we can do. We do what we can do. Then Tracy and Lawrence gets to see what we're doing. Then they become inspired to do it as well. It's called leading by example. And sometimes, and self-included, I was guilty of this myself. I would expect or look out for others to do it first. And what seems to happen, people, is it just goes on down the line that most of us don't stand in that power. We let it pass us by. Instead of taking ownership of it, we allow it to pass us by, thinking or expecting that the next person will do it. How many agree, and how many has had that come into your minds? And it's okay to admit that, because admitting it is the first step into changing it. I admit it. I'll be the first. I'll be the first to say I was wrong for thinking like that. I'm not afraid. People, when you get to a point in your life where you're not afraid to fail, hallelujah. And I was just listening to inspiration from an amazing actor. An amazing, talented actor. And he spoke exactly like that. Failure, people. Don't be afraid to fail. Because failure isn't failure at all. It's only perceived and labeled as failure. But what the truth about failure is, it's not failure at all. It's a stepping stone into the correct direction, or the right direction to succeed. Don't get me wrong, if you fail and you sit back in your pity chair and you begin to say and blame and project that life's not fair because of someone else, or it's not working out for me, so it must not be meant to be, there goes that victim mentality that's been projected on you, and you just sat back down in that seat that you stood up from. That happens to a lot of us. We stand up. We get that confidence, and we stand up. We take a couple steps, and then we're like, whoo, man, I don't know if I can do this. So we step back, and we reach for that chair, that seat. We feel for it, and then where it's comfortable, so we sit back down. And then we say, maybe I'll try again some other time. How many of you have been there or know what I'm talking about? It's okay. It's perfectly normal. This doesn't make you a failure at all. You know, you need to give yourself credit for even standing up. Some people don't even get the courage to stand up from that chair because of the self-imposed restrictions that we put on ourselves. The outside forces that we allow to restrict us. How many know what I'm talking about? See, people, in order to change anything in our life, we gotta have the courage to look at it first. Although it may be ugly, the people that know what I'm talking about know just how ugly it is sometimes to look at yourself, to see yourself for what you truly are. Maybe seeming ugly, but all that is surface rust. For sitting for such a long time being stagnant or stale, collecting surface rust with the self-imposed, the seen and unseen forces that we allow to program us to what we think we are, when in fact we're so much greater. So much greater. Powerful beings, where nothing is impossible for us. Did you hear what I just said? Nothing is impossible. Now, does that mean that some things are possible, but then some things just aren't because of certain self-imposed restrictions? No. That's exactly what that is. They're self-imposed. It's so true when we say that we are truly our own enemy. I'm going to let someone else talk me up. People, it's okay. It's perfectly okay to read self-help books. Don't get me wrong. That's a step in the right direction. But their words aren't going to change you. They can inspire you to change or to take action to change, but they cannot change you. The only one that can change you is you. You have to say, I am the problem. You have to get the courage to look at yourself and say, I'm the issue. It's not Billy. It's not Joe. It's not Tommy. It's me. It's not my coworker. It's not my boss. It's not my babysitter. It's not my best friend or so-called best friend. It's not my wife's. Huh? It's me. I'm the problem. You get that kind of courage to look at yourself and say, I don't like the person that I've become. That is a beautiful thing and a beautiful place to be. Because then, and only then, world, can you begin to say, you know what? Let me get out this SOS pad that's been under the sink for 15 years. You know what I'm saying? How many of you know what I'm saying? And then you start scratching away at that surface rust. Huh? I don't like this area. Ooh! Then you start to see, wow, look at that. I can see the shine again. Look at this area in my life. It's starting to shine. Wow, it looks like it did when I was younger. I believe in myself again. I can see hope again. How many know what I'm talking about? Absolutely. Absolutely. But then, when you see that shine, don't reach for the chair or the arm on the chair so you can sit back down. Get the courage to say, I'm gonna use this whole SOS pad. Because you know what? SOS pads, although very effective, they got a short lifespan, don't they? You gotta go back in the box and grab another one. That's right. Because that SOS pad or that part in your life is only for a temporary. Huh? You got to go back and get something new again. Start scrubbing another piece of that rust, that surface rust. And so on and so forth. And that's just an example, people, that we have to continuously strive for change. Strive for something new. Because the mundane and repetition only breeds stagnant life. Now, don't get me wrong, it's okay to have goals. Goals are essential, people. But there's a difference between a goal and a repetition. Goals breed life. Repetition breeds death. A goal is an objective that you want to reach or obtain. That's the ultimate. That's what the foundation is of a goal. The building blocks of a goal are, how am I going to get there? It's the road map of how. The little things. Like, I don't know, what are you going to do for this day? I'm going to work out. I'm going to start eating healthier. I'm going to watch how I speak to people. Right? And it's just for the day that you are living, people. The goal has been set. Write it down. Look at it frequently. But don't live there. That's the key. Don't live there. Live in the moment. Doing the little things that are right, the next right thing. And I promise you, as I speak these truths, without even knowing it, you're being drawn to that goal. Hallelujah. Well, I tell you, man, I just open my mouth and wisdom pours forth. You know, I don't claim to know these things. Maybe I do. Maybe they're just being unlocked. It's wisdom, people. But hey, listen, I won't be high and mighty. Oh, wait. What's that one saying? It'll come to me. I won't sit on my high horse. I don't have to. You know why? because I like the mud. I like getting dirty because I thrive in the mud. If there's a challenge that stands before me, hallelujah, it inspires me to transmute that challenge into change. Gives me the power to change. You know, sometimes we don't know that we may need to change because other people, we've molded ourselves after them. And we see Ed doing it. So if Ed's doing it, and I'm doing it, and Sally's doing it, and Brian is too, and notice what I'm saying is usually this is your social group or the people that you're hanging around for the most part. If they're doing it, then it must be okay. I'm okay, right? And we take on these self-imposed personifications around the people that we hang around every day. And so we accept that what we're doing is okay. When in fact it's not. We just tell ourselves this. How many of you can understand what I'm saying? How many of you can look at yourself and say, wow, yes, this is truth. I've done it. I speak from experience, people. It's where the old cliche or fable comes from. Misery loves company, or we surround ourselves with where we're comfortable in life. Same difference. I don't want to look at myself today, so let me hang around people that are right around my, on my vibrational level. Let's say it like that. And I'm not judging you. What I'm saying to you is this. Raise your vibration if you choose. You have a choice to raise your vibration. And that's what it's all about, people. When we begin to raise our vibrations, then others around us will be like, whoa, wait. Something's not right. They'll notice. And they'll say, I don't like that. I don't like what Jim's doing. No. I don't like what Jim is saying anymore. Okay? So, let's team up against Jim. Right? Let's bring Jim back to where we're at. So we don't have to look at ourselves. Because I don't like to see myself in that reflection. Hallelujah. You understand what I'm saying, people? And this is for your benefit. This is not to shame you, people. Remember, I love you. I love you so much that I don't want to see you stay where you are. I want to see you be the best version of yourself that you can be, because you want to, not because of what your friend wants or your social group wants for you, but what you want for you, what the divine wants from you and for you. People, I love you. I mean it. I love you so much. And all I wish to do is inspire someone. Inspire someone while I inspire myself to walk out the path in which I speak for you to walk out as well. Until next time, people. Love on somebody today. Be an inspiration to somebody today if you choose. Speak kind words to someone. And watch how you feel. Watch what happens when you do it. Huh? And if somebody, doesn't give you the if somebody ignores you or says, yeah, whatever, don't give up on that. Go to the next person. Compliment somebody's shoes. Compliment somebody's outfit. When's the last time you done that? And when somebody does that to you, how does it make you feel? Makes you feel good. And the person that did it feels good. The person that receives it feels good. And what have you done? You've inspired somebody today. Simple as that, folks. I love you until next time.